Minutes from now, the launch window will open for the SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket. Now, this marks the first time the rocket has been launched in 3 years. This time, it's on a mission for U.S. Space Force. CNN's Martin Savage is following this. So what more do we know about this launch and even the collaboration here between SpaceX and Space Force?
Well, take a look at the imagery there. Pretty stark and shrouded in fog. A lot of weather can impact any launch of a spaceflight, but fog is not necessarily one of them, surprising to many people. You take a look at the countdown there as it is progressing. The SpaceX Heavy is interesting because what's going on with this particular mission is it's the USSF, United States Space Force, Mission 44, and the fog isn't the only thing shrouding this launch. It's shrouded in mystery somewhat, because it's considered a secret mission. There are 2 major payloads that are going to be launched as a result of this, and most of these launches you get to watch everything as it progresses up into space. That is not going to be the case once it gets to the second stage of this mission, because sometimes when you release information such as when do the engines stop, that can give you an indication of where this payload is going to be in orbit, and the government doesn't want you to know that at this particular time, because this is all part of a national security mission. So interesting that you can't clearly see this mission too well on television when in fact it is also meant not to be seen too well in the spy world as well as we await the countdown.
The fog is fitting then, as you pointed out, Martin. Let's listen in. We're just about 10 seconds, a little over 10 seconds now away.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, liftoff. Vehicle is pitching downrange. Inward chamber pressure is nominal.
Martin Savage back with us. I was a little worried of what we would actually be able to see because of that fog, but you can see a fair amount.
Yeah, once it clears the ground, that's primarily ground fog, of course, then you can see it. And if you're anywhere down there by the launch site, it's a spectacular thing, not just to see, but to feel.
Yes.
You've got the 9 Merlin engines that are cranking away there, delivering over 5 million pounds of thrust. Now, a lot of people may say, hey, this is the most powerful rocket there is. Not true. It's the most powerful rocket that's operational, but of course it's still a long way off from the old Saturn V, which was used to launch and carry Apollo 11 and all the Apollo missions. That actually had about 7 million pounds of thrust. It also was over 300 feet tall. This one's about 260 feet tall. So not the biggest ever, but still quite an impressive feat. The other impressive thing that you're going to eventually see are those rocket boosters. There are 2 of them, and we're accustomed to seeing those on rocket launches. They help deliver the thrust to get you up in orbit. They will eventually peel away, but those 2 are actually going to come back and land about 8 minutes after launch. And they're going to land simultaneously about 9 miles away from Launch Pad 39A where this all took place. So that's one of the coolest things, to watch these rockets return as they do, which is part of the mission of SpaceX here, is to make spaceflight much more affordable, and to do that, you make it much more reusable, something the Saturn V they did not do.
Yeah, that is key. And as you mentioned, cool to see those come back down. We're hearing our folks in the control room are listening to the control room over there. They're talking about a normal trajectory, which is excellent news.
Yep, there's the separation.
There we go. We see the booster separation right there. More cheering you can hear from the folks behind the launch.
The SpaceX people love their launches. And no wonder, because it's a whole new era of spaceflight here. It shows you how the government now is deeply entwined with commercial operations to get its national security flights, to get its space program back on track. And this particular program, of course, run by Elon Musk, who has been the focus of some controversy over the years. So there are questions about how much a government wants to rely on a private corporation, but the successes that they have had, one after another, speak for themselves.
Yeah, they really have. It's interesting to just to see, I would say, maybe the renewed interest in space. You talk about what it's like to see that launch, to feel it. I covered the final shuttle launch, more than 10 years ago now, and that wall of sound that hits you and just these amazing moments. And there were so many questions after that about what happened. So I think, too, this is help. That public-private partnership is really helping to draw a lot of interest as well about what the future could hold. Martin Savage, appreciate it, my friend. Thank you.
You bet. Anytime.